Making My Way by Dragoness Bahamut. Sooner or later, Mom came into the room to see what was making all the weird noise. She sure was surprised to see us. I ended up having to tell Mayo, who already knew about my new shape. Asha, you want to go over to Grandpa's lab tomorrow and see if we can find that book again? Sure, that would be good. Okay, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Asha. Love ya. I laughed nervously. You too. I hope no one else heard that. Mom smiled and left the room, leaving me alone, or so I thought. Ash! Too late. I turned around slowly. Hi, Misty. Ash! What was that? That was Mayo. May Oak. May Oak? She asked incredulously. Uh-huh, I nodded. As in, related to Gary? Uh-huh. What was that last part about? The love part? Yeah, that! She's my friend, Misty. I've known her for a long time. How long? Since I was in kindergarten, I guessed. You know each other really well? Uh-huh. How well? Why does she keep asking me all these weird questions? Misty? What? She was my only real friend before I met Pikachu. We're like brother and sister. Who's the brother and who's the sister? Misty asked sarcastically. I didn't worry about that comment. She wasn't in a good mood, and I was afraid that I knew why. I have to go bring my Pokemon back inside. Yeah, you go do that. Okay. I hope she's not mad at me. May, I guess, had been like a sister to me when I was growing up. I didn't have any other siblings, and she didn't particularly care for hers, so it was fun to pretend that we were brother and sister. Sometimes we even forgot that we weren't. Gary hated that, of course. I was supposed to be his friend, not Mayo's. Mayo was supposed to be the annoying little sister of the best friend, but I liked her. I tried to get all three of us to do stuff together, but the two of them just couldn't get along. I wanted to be friends with both of them. I tried to take turns siding with each of them, but that just made them both mad at me. I guess it all came down to me feeling sorrier for Mayo than I did for Gary. It didn't happen suddenly. I was still good friends with Gary when it was just the two of us, but whenever Mayo came into the scene, I guess it was my fault that Gary hates me now, but I had to choose between them. Gary and I hadn't been an unlikely pair. We both loved Pokemon, and we'd gotten into a lot of trouble together because of that. It was the fact that Mayo and I had gotten along so well that was surprising. It was when we first met that we got the nicknames Asha and Mayo. After Gary had briefly introduced us and then begged her to go away, she refused to call me anything but Asha. After a long time of trying to convince her that my name was Ash and that Asha was a girly name, which is one of the reasons why I don't like Ashra, I gave up and decided to fight fire with fire. That's how I came up with Mayo. We never addressed each other as anything else since. I went to bed that night feeling a little awkward. Misty and Billy had been giving me strange looks ever since Mayo left. They also refused to talk to me. Kinda freaky. Ashra, not you again. Why don't you like me? You won't tell me who you are. You'll find out when the time is right, Ashra. Quit calling me Ashra! But isn't that your name? That doesn't mean you have to call me that. Would you rather I call you Asha? What? Only Mayo can call me Asha. Only Mayo, your friend. No, she's May. She only lets me call her Mayo. Only you. That's right. Poor Asha. Not again. Poor dear Asha. I wish you would stop. Poor Asha. Stop it, will you? Why do you keep bothering me? I'm just making sure you don't forget who you are. What are you talking about? I think that's enough for one night. Ashra, goodbye. No, wait! I'm not done with you yet! Hello? Answer me! Who are you? I woke up early somehow. Earlier than usual, at least. I'm not a morning person, although Pikachu thinks I am. After breakfast, which went fast like always, I announced that I was going to Professor Oak's for a while. Pikachu volunteered to come with me, and so did Brock, but I only let Pikachu come. I met Mayo at the same place where we'd always met before. It was halfway between our houses, and close to the center of town. That's not really saying much, though. Pallet isn't exactly the biggest town in the world. Hey, Asha! Mayo called. Hey, Mayo, I replied. You ready? She asked. Yep. Then let's go. Sure. We started walking to Professor Oak's. Pikachu was riding on my shoulder as usual. Well, what used to be usual, I guess. I like your Pikachu, Mayo said. Thanks. It's really strong, isn't it? Uh-huh. Do you think that while we're over there, I can ask Grandpa if he'll give me a starter Pokemon? I guess so. You okay, Asha? Uh-huh. That's not the answer I was looking for. We're almost there. You see it? Yeah? I'll race you. You won't win! Wanna bet? I broke into a run. Mayo did too, and soon we were both sprinting up the hill to Professor Oak's lab. I kind of tripped on the way, and Mayo pulled ahead easily. When I caught up to her, I put my hand on the door. I win! I shouted for no good reason. Mayo laughed. You weirdo! The winner is usually the one who gets to the finish line first. I just grinned. I can still make her laugh. One little thing was tugging at the back of my mind, though. That hadn't been a very long or excruciating race. I shouldn't have been as tired as I was. I ignored it for the moment. Do you still think we should go in? I asked, grinning. She just laughed some more. Nitwit, that's what we came here for. Confident that at least one person still thought I was funny, when I was trying to be, I knocked on the door. It took a while for him to answer it, but that was expected. It always took him a long while to get to the door. He has too many Pokemon around to keep him busy all the time. Ash! May! What a pleasant surprise! Yeah, right. Hi, Professor, I said. We were wondering if we could look at your, books, Mayo finished for me. My books? Yeah, that's right. Pokemon books. We just want to take a look at them. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you two were planning something against me. But I'll believe you. You know where they are, I take it. Uh-huh, I said. Yep, Mayo agreed. Then go ahead. Thanks, Professor. You're the best, Grandpa. Thank you, kids. We both headed off to the cramped section of the building that housed all of his Pokemon books. I still can't understand how he fits in all those books in such a small area. Okay, Asha, Mayo declared. Let's start looking. I looked around the room at all the different books. This could take hours. No, it's probably one of the lower shelves, right? I'm not that tall, you know. Yeah, I know. Asha, I'm kidding, I protested before she could hurt me. Pikachu, you help too, okay? Pika! Okay, Ash. I closed the door, then transformed back to normal. Let's get started. Right! It actually didn't take as long as I had expected. I think I have a stronger psychic sense when I'm a Mew, and that could have been part of the reason. It still wasn't an instant find, though. It didn't occur to me to try to sense the book at first. When I did try that, I still had some trouble. There were a lot of books in the room on evolution and the roles of humans. The Legend of Mew was a short story, so it was harder to find. But it was the first book that I found that mentioned Mews at all. All three of us read it together. It left me with shivers. Wow, Mayo commented. It makes a lot more sense now. Uh-huh, I said dryly. No, really! When I first read it, I thought it was a fairy tale, so it was just kind of amusing. But now it really makes sense, and it explains why you evolved in the first place. It makes me sound special. I felt like it wasn't a good thing for some reason. I was scared. Yeah, you're really a rarity, you know? Uh-huh. I was scared. I was seriously scared. Mayo, do you think there's other books on Mews? It wouldn't hurt to look, would it? I sure hope not.